PayPal Mafia Boss. The sale of Zip2 infused Elon Musk with a new brand of confidence. Much like the video game characters he adored, Musk had leveled up. He had solved Silicon Valley and become what everyone at the time wanted to be, a dot-com millionaire. His next venture would need to live up to his rapidly inflating ambitions. This left Musk searching for an industry that had tons of money and inefficiencies that he and the internet could exploit. Musk began thinking back to his time as an intern at the Bank of Nova Scotia. His big takeaway from that job, that bankers are rich and dumb, now had the feel of a massive opportunity. During his time working for the head of strategy at the bank in the early 1900s, Musk had been asked to take a look at the company's third world debt portfolio. This pool of money went by the depressing name of less developed country debt. And Bank of Nova Scotia had billions of dollars of it. Countries throughout South America and elsewhere had defaulted in the years prior, forcing the bank to write down some of its debt value. Musk's boss wanted him to dig into the bank's holdings as a learning experiment and tried to determine how much the debt was actually worth. While pursuing this project, Musk stumbled upon what seemed like an obvious business opportunity. The United States had tried to help reduce the debt burden of a number of developing countries through so-called Brady bonds, in which the U.S. government basically backstopped the debt of countries like Brazil and Argentina. Musk noticed an arbitrage play. I calculated the backstop value and it was something like 50 cents on the dollar, while the actual debt was trading at 25 cents, Musk said. This was like the biggest opportunity ever. Nobody seemed to realize it. Musk tried to remain cool and calm as he rang Goldman Sachs, one of the main traders in this market, and probed around about what he had seen. He inquired as to how much Brazilian debt might be available at the 25 cents price. The guy said, "How much do you want?" And I came up with some ridiculous number like $10 billion, Musk said. When the trader confirmed that it was doable, Musk hung up the phone. I was thinking that they had to be fucking crazy because you could double your money. Everything was backed by Uncle Sam. It was a no-brainer. Musk had spent the summer earning about $14 an hour and getting chewed out for using the executive coffee machine, among other status infractions, and figured his moment to shine and make a big bonus had arrived. He sprinted up to his boss's office and pitched the opportunity of a lifetime. "You can make billions of dollars for free," he said. His boss told Musk to write up a report, which soon got passed upon to the bank CEO, who promptly rejected the proposal, saying the bank had been burned on Brazilian and Argentinian debt before and didn't want to mess with it again. I tried to tell him that's not the point, Musk said. The appointment is that it's fucking backed by Uncle Sam. It doesn't matter what the South Americans do. You cannot lose unless you think the U.S. Treasury is going to default, but they still didn't do it, and I was stunned. Later in life, as I competed against the banks, I would think back in this moment, and it gave me confidence. All the bankers did was copy what everyone else did. If everyone else ran off a bloody cliff, they'd run right off a cliff with them. If there was a giant pile of gold sitting in the middle of the room and nobody was picking it up, they wouldn't pick it up either. In the years that followed, Musk considered starting an internet bank and discussed it openly during his internship at Pinnacle Research in 1995. The youthful Musk lectured the scientist about what the inevitable transition in coming in finance toward online systems, but they tried to talk him down, saying that it would take ages for web security to be good enough to win over consumers. Musk, though, remained convinced that the finance industry could do with a major upgrade, and then he could have a big influence on banking with a relatively small investment. Money is low bandwidth, he said during a speech at Stanford University in 2003 to describe his thinking. You don't need some sort of big infrastructure improvement to do things with it. It's really just an entry in a database. The actual plan that Musk concocted was being grandiose, as the researchers at Pinnacle had pointed out. People were barely comfortable buying books online. They might take their chances entering a credit card number, but exposing just their bank accounts to the web. Just thinking about how he had that big smile in my his cheek was turned to less. No, let's see. Let's move on. Web was out of the question to many. Pa. So what? Musk wanted to build a full service financial institution online, a company that would have savings and checking accounts as well as brokerage services and insurance. The technology to build such a service was possible, but navigating the regulatory hell of creating an online bank from scratch looked like an intractable problem to optimists and an impossibility to more level heads. This was not dishing out directions to a pizzeria or putting up a house listing. It was dealing with people's finances, and there would be real repercussions if the service did not work as billed. Undaunted, Musk kicked this new plan into action before Zip2 had even been sold. He chatted up some of the best engineers at the company to get a feel for who might be willing to join him in another venture. Musk also bounced his ideas off some contacts he made at the bank in Canada. In January 1999, with Zip2's board seeking a buyer, Musk began to formalize his banking plan. The deal with Compaq was announced the next month. And in March, Musk incorporated X.com, a finance startup with a pornographic sounding name. It had taken Musk less than a decade to go from being a Canadian backpacker to becoming a multimillionaire at the age of 27. With his $22 million, he moved from sharing an apartment with three roommates to buying an 1,800 square foot condo and renovating it. He also bought a $1 million McLaren F1 sports car and a small prop plane and learned to fly. Musk embraced the newfound celebrity that he'd earned as part of the dot-com millionaire set. He let CNN show up at his apartment at 7 a.m. to film the delivery of the car, and black 18-wheeler pulled up in front of Musk's place and then lowered the sleek silver vehicle onto the street while Musk stood slack-jawed with his arms folded. There are 62 McLarens in the world, and I will own one of them, he told CNN. Wow, I can't believe it's actually here. That's pretty wild, man. CNN interspersed CNN interspersed a video of the car delivery with interviews with Musk. The whole time he looked like a caricature of an engineer who had made it big. Musk's hair had started thinning, and he had a closely cropped cut that accentuated his boyish face.